Hi, I'm Colin McFall.
I'm Nick Condry, and we're StaffU. StaffU offers rapid and effective student placement in regional workforces. We help companies fill one-off or periodic short-term positions such as canvassing or event staffing, and we recruit our workers from the student bodies of local universities. We have completed several jobs in various industries, and we have current contracts worth over 150 hours per week. StaffU centralizes recruiting, HR, and payroll to offer an elegant staffing experience. StaffU exclusively recruits our workers from the student bodies of local universities. In an industry where quality is the bottom line, this strategy allows us to tap into a huge pool of applicants who are motivated, competent, and successful. We screen our applicants based on their academics, prior work experience, references, and an interview. Once accepted into our service, students can begin taking jobs. However, to apply for a job, students must first create a virtual onboarding course where they'll learn how to apply their particular skills and what will be expected of them at that job. These courses ensure that students are both prepared for and understand the positions they take. Students can take as many jobs as fit their schedule, allowing them to seamlessly integrate StaffU into their lives. Additionally, StaffU offers hugely valuable paid experience. Students with paid experience are 3 times as likely to receive a job offer coming out of college compared to their unpaid peers. During a time of skyrocketing tuitions and a rising cost of living, StaffU empowers students to earn both money and experience on their terms. We have current contracts in 4 segments: startups, small businesses, event planners, and law firms. Our clients rely on us to give them the manpower they need to get their job done, and we offer a simple and cost-effective solution for any project that needs additional manpower. For example, one of our clients approached us to build out a sales team. Within 2 weeks, we provided him with a full team of students working on the ground over 100 hours per week, promoting his product throughout the city. The team has been highly successful, and he has since increased his the number of workers and doubled the size of his contract. Our primary selling points are our quality, reliability, and ease of use. We offer businesses workers who are intelligent, thoughtful, and highly competent. The size of our ever-growing workforce ensures that we have a constant supply of students ready to fill positions, and we centralize HR and payroll to allow businesses to focus on the task at hand. Once we've established ourselves in multiple markets, we can also offer rapid multi-regional deployment for large-scale political and marketing operations. Additionally, we can serve as a one-stop shop for large firms with temporary staffing needs. Now let me turn this over to Colin to bring you through the market.
Thank you, Nick. The DC market provides us with a breadth of industries and depth of clients, allowing us to build a model which we can rapidly scale to new markets. DC serves as a home to a number of conventions and meetings which will require a constant stream of temporary help. Destination DC, a nonprofit organization tasked with marketing DC as a global destination for events, oversaw 844 conventions in 2014 alone. Furthermore, we're building relationships with political and consulting firms which will contract us for widespread canvassing opportunities. With over 70,000 college students in DC, there's a huge pool of candidates for us to pull from, meaning we will never have to sacrifice quality for the sake of filling jobs. While DC is perfect for our startup phase, the Northeast and US markets present enormous opportunity for scaling. One of the most exciting aspects of our business is the broad applicability of our model. StaffU simply connects talented students with short-term work. We're currently growing throughout DC, and once we've established our model, we will rapidly scale throughout the United States. All of our sales information was calculated using information we gathered from customer discovery interviews and jobs we've completed. Expenses were calculated using an industry report which detailed key financial indicators for staffing companies of varying sizes. In the first 3 years of operations, we plan to keep expenses low as we grow throughout the DC area. In year 4, we'll expand to new cities and establish a solid regional presence by year 5. As we expand throughout DC, we'll receive larger contracts at a higher service fee and be able to implement cross-market staffing solutions. Our web application is currently in development and will be ready by the beginning of the fall semester. At launch, it will include simple job scheduling, automated placement, and student profiles which contain previous work experience and academic experience. As of now, we have over 150 students at DC, at GW and American University. We will rapidly grow this number as we expand to Howard, Catholic, and Georgetown. The students we work with love our model and have been our biggest advocates and recruiters on campus. To build awareness, we've partnered with The Rival, a college-based media outlet which has exposure at a number of DC schools. Furthermore, they have over 16 branches at a number of universities across the United States. To drive recruitment, we've leveraged existing social networks by connecting with prominent students on campus. By targeting student organizations, we've been able to recruit large batches of students and spread our message at once. In the next 12 months, we'll expand outside of DC city limits to UMD College Park and George Mason University. Once we establish our business model and grow throughout the DMV, we'll be able to rapidly expand to new markets.
Over the past several months, we built out a sales operation that allows us to efficiently prospect, demonstrate our value, and close contracts. At the top of our funnel, we currently receive most of our prospects through personal networking, referrals, and word of mouth. However, we're in the process of establishing a few key relationships which will give us access to thousands of prospective clients. For example, WeWork DC provides flexible office space to 3,000 members, a number they've told us will double within the next 6 months. We've already established relationships with their Shaw office, and we're presenting at their Chinatown location later this month. WeWork DC houses hundreds of companies which fall into our target demographics of small businesses and startups. We can provide these companies with flexible, high-quality workers to boost their capabilities. If you haven't noticed, we really like WeWork. Once we receive interest from a client, we meet with them so they can bring us through their problems and we can walk them through the solutions they offer. If there's a fit, we sit down with them and try to make a solution that's tailored to their needs. This could range from sending some students out to deliver books to the Capitol to creating a large-scale sales operation. Finally, we sign a contract and staff the job. While we're staffing short-term jobs, we're building long-term relationships. Our clients have already come to rely on us to give them the power they need to get the job done. Every single client we've had has been extremely satisfied with our service and has either increased the size of their contract, signed new contracts, or referred us to their friends.
I graduated from the GW School of Business last year with a concentration in finance. Most of my work experience has been in sales and marketing for DC-based startups. I've gained experience in the event and service industry over the past 3 years, and given our recent success, I've begun to work on StaffU full-time.
I'm an econ major, and my background is in marketing, business development, and recruiting. I gained experience with staffing my freshman year when I worked on a political campaign that asked me to recruit between 20 and 40 student workers every day. Additionally, as the second hire of a startup, I oversaw its growth from 2 to over 50 workers in just a few short months. Our CTO, Mike Sakino, has been developing web and Android applications for the past 4 years, and he is hard at work on our platform. We have the skills and experience to grow this business, and we will make key hires to support that growth along the way. StaffU offers a simple, streamlined service that connects high-quality workers with short-term positions. We have current contracts worth over 150 hours a week, and new clients reach out to us every single week. We have over 150 students in our ever-growing workforce, and we have thousands of dollars in revenue since early January. StaffU gives businesses the power they need to get the job done. We have the market, we have the traction, we have the skills, and we'll scale this service through DC and beyond. Thank you very much.
Who are the competitors? What kinds of services?
So some of the competitors, it kind of differs between industries. In the event staffing segment, we would have catering companies, large-scale catering companies like Select, which you see driving around with those big trucks. And then in other sides, it's more temporary staffing. Canvassing, there's organizations that kind of organize canvassing, but there's nothing that really allows for ease of use in creating cross-market canvassing solutions that can be implemented rapidly.
So there's no service today that's sort of matching need with supply.
David, you need a microphone.
That's all we can hear.
Are there no competitors that are in the business of sort of matching need with supply?
So, I mean, I guess there's technically lots of competitors in various ways that match need and supply, but we specifically match very high quality workers with short-term positions. And currently for these short-term positions, there have not been high quality workers available. So we are matching this very high quality supply with this demonstrable need. Nice. Sorry. Oh, there we go.
So my question was, I mean, you keep talking and you use the word high quality. You know, I guess with college students, right? You know, you're still gaining work experience, which is understandable. You know, and there are college students who've had internships and jobs and things like that, and who maintain jobs. But are there any requirements as a candidate, you know, for signing up to StaffU, or I mean, do you guys just kind of take anyone who's interested, or like what does that process look like?
So exactly, while some college students, we screen our candidates based on their academics, prior work experience, references, and an interview. Again, we're pulling from the pool of college students. We are not taking any college student. We are taking the specific students who are motivated, highly competent, and successful. And for them, this has been a fantastic solution to earn extra money in their spare time.
For a specific task or event, how involved is StaffU in pairing the workers with the client? How involved is the client, or is it algorithmic?
So right now we're really focusing on delivering excellent customer service, so we're really working with our customers. So one, we can understand their needs, and so right now it is a pretty hands-on process, but as we build our platform, we're gonna take the hands-off processes out of it to make it more streamlined. But
Does it ever involve the client?
so the client has the option to choose their candidates, so we present them with a list of all the people that applied, and they can choose from there. So they do have options in selecting candidates. No candidate that we've matched with an employer has been rejected thus far.
The business contractual relationship between the employer is with StaffU or with the independent workers?
Correct.
With you.
They form an agreement with us, and then we send out the workers and work with them.
And then these college kids are basically temporary workers or contract labor for you folks, and you've thought through all the contractual
Yes.
issues and the labor laws and.
So we've met with various lawyers and gotten feedback on this, and we've also met with people that are working in a similar space with college students, hiring them as 1099 contractors, so we feel very comfortable with this model.
Are you building?
That's all we can hear.
Are you building a marketplace, or are you an agency? So are you the one throat to choke if a student doesn't show up, or if somebody cuts their finger on a knife at a catering gig, or are you the one throat to choke, or a marketplace?
So right now, as a new business, we are taking a more hands-on approach. However, as our platform gets built out, we will transition to more of a marketplace. Of course, if there are any problems with any of our staff, we are always here to resolve those issues. But we hope to make it as hands-off as possible and simply connect workers.
And
with
what's
jobs.
your moat? What's your barriers to entry? What would prevent somebody else from doing the same thing?
I'd say it's just right now, being that Nick is still in college, I recently graduated, we really understand our workers, and we're able to work with college students. That really provides us a lot of insight into how to work with college students and how to directly, how to solve the needs that they have.
Yes, I have a question. What would you do with any proceeds from this competition, and what do you see as the financial needs you have in the next 6 to 12 months?
So I think what we would spend is on customer and student acquisition. That will really allow us to scale this business quite rapidly through DC.
What are your biggest barriers to scale?
So right now, honestly, we are picking up new clients every single week. We are staffing these jobs, and it has been highly successful so far. We've only been in operation for 3 months. The biggest opportunities are simply that we don't have the capital to really create these large-scale marketing drives. Again, right now we're getting most of our prospects through word of mouth, referrals, and personal networking. If we got some capital to really devote into a large-scale marketing effort, I think we could start to scale this business very rapidly.
Do you have a scheme for assessing workers, the quality, what happened, absenteeism, quality of their work? Is it like an Uber system where you rate, the contractors can rate
Yeah,
the
Yeah, I'll saw into it.
employees.
So it's two-sided right now. I sit down and have a conversation with every single employer after every single job right now because I want to understand every single aspect of the job and what went right, what went wrong. And I do that additionally with every single student because I really want to learn about the business and what we need. And those are been the most helpful in being able to scale this.
But you're going to need some.
Right, and
in
we
order
will
to
build
scale
in-
it, you're going to.
we will build those
with
tech-
every employer.
So in the future, one of the primary aspects of our platform is going to be student profiles. So in the same way you can kind of rate an Uber driver, stuff like that, you'll be able to additionally offer feedback on the student profiles. We'll talk to students who have profiles who are dipping in ratings, but that has not been an issue so far.
So you said that you would use the funding for customer acquisition. So can I ask you? I mean, what are if you could just give me a summary of your marketing plan? I mean, what exactly is your plan over the next 2 years to scale this in terms of marketing? Because word of mouth only works for so long.
Yeah, so we talked about our partnership with WeWork. They have 250 offices across the globe. We're looking to establish a partnership with them because their members' needs fit really well with the needs of the solution we're providing. Additionally, we're using like LinkedIn Recruiter and LinkedIn Sales Navigator to find potential prospects that fit into our niche, and then we're also attending conventions and meetings that fall into our target client segment.
Last question.
So I don't understand the revenue model. So you get a dollar. So I don't understand the revenue model. So you get a dollar from employer A. How much goes to the student? Or just $10? Is it
Sure.
$10? How much goes to the student? What's your operating margin? What's your EBITDA margin on a per?
Yeah, so we can pull up some expanded financials quickly so you can take a look at this while we answer. So essentially, when employers list a job, they get to set their price as long as it's above $11 an hour, where we currently have a minimum. On top of whatever price they pay, we take a 30 to 40% service charge, depending on the nature of the job. So we earn our money through the service charge, and employers then pay a slightly marked up price to get very high quality, flexible workers.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.